I was about a quarter mile away when I could smell the smoke through my car.
A lot of the votes weren't counted because they had never properly closed the flap.
And the water is receding. At 10 a.m. this morning, I would not have been able to stand on this sidewalk. They were just starting to pull cars off of the tracks when a car driving this way drove by and hit them from behind, and they never saw it coming. Each seat here on the bench has an additional 2 inches of wiggle room, and check out this change. Right now, firefighters are spraying down those final hot spots. The crowd was energized from the moment they walked into the gymnasium, hours before the president even landed in Indiana. They're running out of places to put the snow. If my photographer can just go over a little this way, you can see just how big the pile next to the road is getting.
It certainly feels like Black Friday. You can see how crowded it is, how long the line is just to get a soft pretzel.
The prosecutor kept using the phrase extreme callous and disregard for human life when describing Lamson's actions.
So you've walked over 300 miles. How are your feet feeling?
To get into Mishawaka High School, you have to go to the main entrance and ring a doorbell.
How may I help you?
But that only gets you through the first set of doors.
Safe.
5-year-old Finn was a happy kid. He was happiest at children's museums.
Like a lot of little boys, he loved science. He loved, the planets. He loved dinosaurs. He loved all that good stuff.
Finn went to a children's museum every year on his birthday. But his 6th birthday will never come. Finn had his flu shot, but died earlier this year due to rare, sudden complications with influenza.
A lot of losing a child is your brain just kind of turns to mush, but it's really been incredibly helpful for me to feel like I'm giving his life some meaning.
Only a few months after Finn's death, his mom and her friends had an idea: create a children's museum in South Bend to honor Finn's memory.
What I really want is a place where our kids and any of Finn's friends, they can learn how important it is to honor somebody and know that people's memories can still live on.
Let's see those moves. Yeah, great dancing.
For other mothers dealing with this pain, his mother's message is simple: turn grief into giving back.
It's certainly not easy, but it's giving me a reason to get out of bed, and it's giving me some forward direction in my life.
There's a community input meeting next Tuesday. The moms say they want the museum to be a reflection of South Bend, and that requires feedback. Kids of all ages are welcome at the meeting.
Oh, Cassidy, what a heartbreaking story, but what a way to let his legacy live on. Do they have any exhibits planned?
Well, that's why they really want the community's input. They want to know what you want at the museum, but they do know they want something with cars because that was Finn's favorite.
Oh, very sad. All right, Cassidy, thank you.
Our room's there now.
This is video from the early morning of May 10th, when court documents say police were responding to a call of a possible stolen lawnmower. Police came across Ronald Glover. That's Glover on his bike, riding without a headlight. He didn't stop, and a police chase began. Glover drops his bike and starts running. He's then hit by Officer Stephen Johnson's squad car.
I went into excruciating pain. My face and my elbows was scratched up. Like I was just basically hurting real bad.
Glover pleaded guilty to resisting an officer and possession of marijuana with intent to deliver. He is currently serving a year in jail. He was back in court today to testify against the officer who hit him. Stephen Johnson is charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. He was fired from the Benton Harbor Department of Public Safety. His attorney insists it was all an accident.
The video doesn't show what the officer is perceiving or doing at that point in time. It's one focal point, one vision, and that doesn't show everything that takes place.
Others see the video differently. Supporters for Glover filled 2 rows of seats in the courtroom. His pastor says his initial reaction to the video can't be said on TV.
Watching the video, it's just hard to imagine that that's an accident.
McAfee says he knows Glover made mistakes, but wants the officer to admit he made a bad decision.
We can grow from this, we can learn from this, but I think as well as Ron has to be responsible, they have to be responsible.
The judge ruled there is enough evidence to go to trial for the charge of assault with a dangerous weapon. The judge denied the prosecutor's request to include a charge of assault with intent to do great bodily harm. The trial is set for October.
St. Joseph County Communications.
Katie Pease answers hundreds of phone calls every day.
Is he breathing?
But in 3.5 years, she's never met anyone on the other end. Today, that changed.
Nice to meet you finally. I'm a hugger, sorry.
Oh, so am I.
I'm glad.
So am I.
I'm so glad.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
It was April 27th when Gordon Honer called 911 and Pease picked up.
I'm feeling like a heart attack.
I remember asking him what his address was.
What city do you live in, sir?
He wasn't able to get out the address whatsoever. Then I heard the collapse. And started medics and the police department right away.
She saved my life.
I'm overwhelmed.
It most likely isn't the first time Pease's efforts have saved a life, but it's the first time someone has shown up to say thank you.
I got him help and he lived. It's just an amazing, incredible experience that even though I'm on this side of the phone, I can still save a life.
She says her new life-saving pin will always remind her of Gordon.
We never see anybody after, so I'm just so happy.
He hopes there are more thank yous to come.
These people work hard. They come in here every day, I'm sure, and just don't get the time off to really have somebody say, I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming in.
They need it. Anything I can do to help that, I will.